What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It is your host with the most, DJ K. Dot. I'm also Nancy's on them ones and twos because I make it do what it do. And I also have an exciting co-host. I know you guys been anticipating this show. We were supposed to do it last week, but we're getting to it this week. My brother from another Mexican long hair in the building co-hosting with me. Y'all give him a round of applause. All
The,
right.
the, the co-host with the second most, K Dot. The co-host with the second most.
Yeah, man, we got a pretty interesting story, man. We got some we got a story for sure.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Uh, what we're going to do here in a few minutes is we're going to be showing a video just to give you a background of how the mistreatment and misconduct of Denver sheriffs uh, um, uh, treat people as far as the inmates at the county jail, and how egregious and monstrous that they treat the taxpayers, even if they are. It doesn't matter if they're criminals or not. Some of them are. I think most of them are taxpayers. So just human beings.
Right, right.
Everybody's deserve due process. So
Yeah, yeah. Um, I just want to say hey to Snapdog and Rummy in the chat, but
yeah,
yes, K Dot. This is interesting. I can't wait till people see this, and you guys are gonna want to stick around because there's lots of interesting things to unpack, and you guys will. I think you guys will be informed, and we'll have a really, really good discussion because this is something that K. Dot and I are super passionate about. Is holding people accountable, and this is no exception. So I can't wait to get into it. It's going to be a ton of fun.
yeah. We do have a guest today, this evening. We're having a little trouble with the technology on a little bit on his part. But we just did a practice run here not too long ago, so he'll be here momentarily. But the subject that we're actually doing, Princess OPD, I know you're my mod. Thank you for being here. If you can you please put the Denver County Jail's uh, number so people can call and address their government? That'll be great. Um, so,
Now,
yeah.
now
So
yeah,
go
I
ahead.
was
I'm
going to
sorry.
say when you say Denver County Jail, which jail is this, K. Dot, in relations to location? Is this the one downtown?
This is the one
Near.
downtown, off of West Colfax.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know the jail you're talking about,
Yep.
and yeah, we can definitely talk. There's some egregious things going on there for sure.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, because um, people need to. Now, this video that we're about to show you here, and I want to kind of wait until my guest gets here because I want him to actually see it as well. Um, um, uh, Sorry, I'm texting him now. Um, because I want y'all. This is not him. This is a totally different person. And the Denver County sheriff deputy was fired for this, and it was pretty egregious, I would have to say. Uh, so I'm telling him to try again. So I'll
What's up, Too Tall Rob and Alan B? Welcome on in. This is DJ's special show regarding the Denver sheriff's treatment of people at the Denver jail. We will have a very special guest on here in a few minutes. There's a few technical glitches, so hope you guys bear with us. This is one that you're not going to want to miss.
Right. Okay. And he's here. I'm just telling him to hold on real quick. Um, uh, so you know what? Why don't we just go ahead and bring him on real quick, and
Yeah.
then we'll kind of go from there. Okay. Without further ado, our special guest for this evening, his name is Caesar. He is on here because he was mistreated by Denver County jail sheriffs, deputy sheriffs, and he wants to tell his story. But before we tell his story, we're going to watch a video. Welcome to the show, Caesar. I appreciate you being
Yes,
here, sir.
yes,
Um, thank you for taking the time to give us this opportunity to interview you on this because I believe people need to hear your story. What was done to you was egregious, unprofessional, and no type of moral set or compass uh, that was done to you. So we want to apologize for what you went through, and we're incredibly happy to have you on the show. Welcome to the
yes.
K Dot Experience.
Thank you, man. I'm glad to be here, man, because people need to hear what's going on down there in our so-called Denver City jail and all that. They need to really know what's happening to the homeless, not only me, but the homeless people too. But I'm letting go get me, and I'm not homeless. But treated me is they treated me like I was a homeless person, like they didn't care, you know. But when you're
Mhm.
ready for me to let everybody know I'm ready, just let me know.
Okay, so what we're gonna do real quick, we're going to be playing this video, and I want to be very clear: this is not Caesar in the video. Okay, this is a
Right.
completely different man. He's actually a young man, and just
Okay.
watch real quick how quick. And mind you, this young man is in handcuffs already. So
Yes.
I want to be very clear when I show you this video. It's about 5 minutes long. It's just the body cam, not the body cam. I'm sorry, just the video. There's no audio in here. Dank Williams, thank you for being here. Uh, Eliza, how are you? Uh, may I have a link, please? Yes, we will be having a panel. So hold on real quick. I will have you up on here definitely. Um. Harry Nuts, what's up, man? Thank you for being here. Exile One, my brother, what's going on? So, I will be playing the video here, and let's see here. Uh, all right? I think everybody can pretty much see the video. Without further ado, we will play the video. I just asked everybody to mute themselves, um, real quick. So. And I'll be stopping, talking, stopping, showing, stuff like that. So, all right, here it goes. Uh, Now, mind you, the young man is already in handcuffs. I don't even know why they even grabbed him like that. Um, the way they slammed him, they could have. I mean, he's not a big guy. He's a small guy, and so I feel they could have broke something if they already hadn't. And mind you, this sheriff is fired for slamming a handcuffed man to the floor. So again, it's just video, no audio.
Can you rewind that, K Dot, because we didn't get a chance to actually see what happened. I mean, it happens within 2 seconds. So would you mind just like reiterating what
Sure.
happened there? Sorry, K Dot. It didn't
Okay.
come up on the screen. So here we go. Yes.
I don't know what type of fucking takedown method that is, but definitely something I didn't learn.
Yeah, that was just a bigger dude imposing his will on a smaller guy in handcuffs. That's what that was right there.
Okay, it seems like we have a sergeant here. Uh,
What's up, Perry? Yeah, yeah. So I mean, you guys can see within probably
let's see
what
there.
2 3 seconds, 2 3 seconds, that gentleman was basically thrown to the ground. Now, do we know the result that as to what happened there, K Dot, or is just an example of the type of stuff that occurs down there?
The only thing that I know, it didn't say what sheriff, but that slammed him to the ground. I believe it was the bigger gentleman. Uh, but let's see if there's anything in the description. Um, let's see if there's anything in the description at all. Um, yeah, show more. Okay, so it reads Denver Deputy Brat. Uh, I don't know how to pronounce that. uh, Granati was fired October 7th for slamming a handcuffed man to the floor inside the West Colfax one. Uh, Flanagan. This is the courthouse. The handcuffed man was not seriously injured. Um, so he didn't face any serious injuries, but just the impact uh, alone. Let me see. I don't believe the young man was bleeding. I don't believe. Let's see.
Hmm.
Now the bigger gentleman at least has to be 300 pounds, at least, and the
Yeah,
other gentleman looks about maybe 200. So we're talking about in all 500 pounds
yeah.
on this young man.
I think the part of the issue that we need to discuss here is the fact that this even occurred at all. I mean, pretty much when you're in handcuffs, it's all done, right? I mean, other than if somebody were to kick you, which I didn't see any kicking going on. This was pretty egregious,
No,
and it's going to lead into some pretty egregious things. Lacey says he killed a prisoner and then got an award for trying to revive him. So this guy is well known.
wow.
Garanani um,
Look, he
is
can
his
hardly stand. Oh my god! And look at him.
right.
Look
Look
how
how
he's
he's
holding
just
his
holding
head.
his head. Yeah, look at that. Bow down. Hold your head down. You know, they don't. We don't. You can't look at us. Type thing. You know, this guy's worthless.
This dude is
Uh,
freaking huge.
yeah, yeah. I mean, just egregious all the way around. The whole interaction. K dot. Um, I
Wow.
can't tell you how angry that video makes me. And look, if these guys did, both of these guys here did that to somebody in on video, how many more videos like this are of these two guys handling business in the way that they handled business there? So it could be the same one that assaulted Janet Manson, too tall. I'm not 100% sure. We can probably do a little research on that. You still there, K Dot?
Yeah, we can. To give you a background, just to give you a background of you know, how people were treated there. Welcome to the show, Noel. Appreciate it, Janet. Thank you for being here. My guy, Too Tall. Yes, please, if you can, please like, share, obviously comment. Without further ado, uh, we're gonna bring Caesar in. Again, thank you, Caesar, for being here. So before we get started, I know you've seen a little bit of that video.
Yeah.
Uh, what did, how did, oops, I'm sorry, hold on. Let me bring you back up. How did that make you feel when you seen that video?
How did it make me feel? How did it make me feel?
Yes.
It's people in there say,
He's breaking up.
and I didn't know it was like that, man. Because I haven't been in jail at all since '02. Okay? No jails.
Okay.
Okay. Now, to who it may concern, to everybody that's on, everybody that's paying attention what's going on, you really better pay attention real close because it could happen to any one of your family members and you do not know what's going on. That's what they holding back from everybody on the outside. Okay. With me, myself, I just turned 65 New Year's. Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
on
Thank
that.
you.
Mhm. Hey,
Now
you
I'm
look
finna.
great, by the way. You look great.
Huh?
You look great.
Huh?
You look great.
Yeah, well, I feel a lot better. But if you had seen me going through, okay, this is what I'm finna let everybody know that's on here.
Okay, before we get started,
My-
before I'm gonna ask some questions for you. Okay, so
Okay,
let's
go
get it.
ahead.
Okay, uh, so how long were you in the Denver County jail for?
54 days
54 days. Okay.
on a
Um,
90-day sentence.
on a 90-day sentence.
Right.
I don't know if did you want to elaborate on what happened, or does that matter to you, or does
Well, I need to tell everybody what happened so they can get it from the get go.
okay? All right,
You
go
know?
ahead and the floor is yours.
Okay, this is what's going on, y'all. I was on probation. It was a little domestic violence thing, but it was 2 years going on because of the COVID kicked in. So they kept holding me off and off and off. Okay, finally, when they did get to me, they put me on probation, but I wasn't able to do the probation. So I went to my probation officer, and me and her I decided I'd rather do the 90-day sentence, not knowing what I was going to get into. Okay.
Okay, so let me stop you real quick. So you had a choice to do probation, but you were just like, I don't want to be on probation and have to deal with the the whole nonsense as far as doing UAs, any other paying for any other
Right,
expenses.
right,
You want to let me
right,
just go ahead and knock this 90-day
right.
out. Okay. So all right. Go ahead. Continue.
Exactly. So October 19th, it was a Tuesday. I talked to my fiance and everything and let everybody know, family members and stuff, let everybody know I was getting ready to go do it this way. So I go to court on that Tuesday. I get in front of the judge. She know understands my probation officer sitting there and everything. It was on that Tuesday, and we all decided that I could do that. So they
Uh-oh. We lost him. We
I
lost
think
him.
what's going on is his phone.
I think it's his phone.
Yeah, he's going to the screensaver. I don't know what's going
He's
on there. So
probably, I'm trying to think, Kof, because I know where he lives. I think it's a bad area for data over in that area.
actually, I think what's going on is the screensaver's kicking on. K dot, because it happens after about every 2 minutes or so.
The
Uh,
screensaver?
yeah, like his phone is just like shutting
Oh,
down. You know what I mean? Like going
oh,
black.
right.
'Cause he had mentioned that he was going black. I don't know if you can get him to take off the screensaver. It might help. Also,
I
when
mean,
he
yeah,
gets back on,
yeah,
when he gets
that's a good one.
when he gets back on, Kate, I don't know if this would help, but maybe taking the video off might help a little
Yeah,
bit. So
I'm doing that right now. That's a good idea.
yeah.
Hey,
Well,
Caesar, do you have a screensaver on or anything?
no,
Okay. Uh,
not that I know of, man. This is a new phone, y'all. Excuse me. I'm so sorry did that, but I just got this phone 2 days ago. So I ain't programmed nothing really.
Okay.
yeah. Let's
Um,
You feel me? So I'll try to get through this quickly then. And if it's shut off again, just be patient. I'll come in right back on and then I'll finish it. Okay, everybody, please. Just y'all need to hear this. Okay, anyway, to move on, I got in the jail. Okay. Now, after you go into jail, you in the area where they book you and everything. After they get through booking you, they put you on this. I think it's number 2. They put you on the floor 2 to where it's supposed to be a 2-man cell, but sometimes they got 3 people. They had 3 people in each cell. Anyway, we'll make a long story short on that. I got, they took 3 times now COVID tests. And I got paperwork showing that I passed each COVID test, okay? Because if you don't pass, they won't let you out of there. So they transferred me from there to 3C. 3C, they lied to me. 3C was supposed to be a pod that was COVID free. Okay. I go in there, everybody ain't wearing no masks or nothing. So I'm like, okay, all right, cool. Then I ain't got to worry about the COVID. That's
okay,
bull.
can I stop you real quick? When you
Go
mean
ahead.
everybody, are you also talking about the prison guards as well, or the jail,
The
the deputy
prison guards,
sheriffs?
the nurses, the
The
prison
nurses
guards, the
weren't wearing
nurses,
masks.
people up in there wasn't wearing no masks. Maybe a few, but the majority of people wasn't.
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead.
So what had happened is that while I was in there, what had happened 2 days later, prior to me being in there, I started. They told me how you get COVID. So I got a little headache, like they say would happen. Now, mind you, 2 nurses was in there. The main nurse that be on that floor and her girl that be with her. They right in
Mhm.
front of me. So, I kind of got a headache a little bit. Then I kind of feeling like I was getting a sinus cold, not the COVID. But what was a trip is that right after I got that, I couldn't eat. I couldn't drink water and hold it down. I was throwing up and stuff. So 2 days after that, I was going to the bathroom at 4:30 in the morning. I went in there, threw up, and the guard that was there was a female. She came to me. She said, "Mr. Hayes, you test positive for COVID, so we got to move you." I'm like, wow, I couldn't really do nothing about it and then because I was sick. So they moved me from C3 to 4E. Now, mind you, 4E, when I went into 4E had people in there that was negative, and they was putting people in there that was positive with the people that was negative in there. So I was doing bad. I was telling the nurses, telling the guards, I need to go to the hospital. I'm not, and I wasn't sounding like I'm sounding now. I was real bad. Okay.
Yeah.
What none of them listening to me. They told me just drink water and stuff. I said, I can't have no water or food because I can't hold it down. Now, mind you, I'm watching these people steadily more coming in from other pods. They tested positive and they putting positive in with negative. Then they got now, I'm gonna let you know. Back in the days, there was not letting, excuse the way how things is now, but homosexuals wasn't in there. Gay people was not in with straight people. Where I was at, they had gay people in there with straight people,
Hmm.
COVID people with non-COVID people, which what made people COVID. Okay. Then they had crazy people mentally. I'm talking about mentally stable, crazy people walking around talking about killing Germans and cutting wires and all kind of stuff because they wouldn't take their medication. I even with my sick self, went and told the guard, y'all need to get him some help. Let him go downstairs. They didn't care. They sit behind their desks, play their little music, their little videos or whatever. The only times you see them officers do anything, if somebody go upstairs or go in the back to fight. Then you got 50 guards running up in there, captains, sergeants, whatever, being disrespectful to people that ain't even did anything. Excuse my mouth. Get by your damn bunk. You heard what we said. Get your ass by your bunk. This is how they disrespecting us, okay? I'm a grown 60. I was 64 then. I'm 65 now. I'm a grown man, and them guys that was talking crazy is younger than me. Kids. I got kids older than them. The sergeants and the captains and them was not doing the right things with their own people. I'm talking about their own men. They wasn't disciplining them, telling them you can't talk to people that kind of way. They did not care. They walk up in there and look at you upside your head like you a piece of meat. So they kept doing this, right? So I'm sitting up here. I'm so sick. I couldn't even hold my head up or walk. The only thing helped me was 2 nurses, young nurses. Now I can count on maybe my 2 hands of people that did care. Everybody else don't care. Now I'm gonna show you how they do it. 2 nurses, young chicks, came in there to do my, to do my vitals and stuff like that. Okay. They hooked me up to the machine that you do your pulse and all that, your blood pressure. They couldn't stand there for 2 seconds. They took off running. I'm sitting there with my head down. Ain't no other people doing nothing as far as the guards and nothing. They just sitting, just doing nothing, okay? They run down the hall. Then all of a sudden, here come the paramedics. Well, the nurses came and got me. What? No guards or nothing. No guards or nothing to help them. They take me out the dorm, walk me down the hall. Instead of putting me in a wheelchair, they walking me down the hall as sick as I was, and I couldn't really walk. Now, mind you, there was 50 guards on both sides of me. Black, white, Chicano, I didn't give a damn. Captains, sergeants, lieutenants, whatever you want to call them, standing against the wall. Some of them turning around, turning away from me. Instead of trying to jump in and help them ladies escort me down to the medical facility. Nobody did shit, okay? Just the girls. And I'm looking at them and I'm barely walking. And when they set me down in the chair, I looked up at them. I told them automatically, I said, y'all my angels. Because if it wasn't for y'all running out of there to do what y'all do to save me, and this fat ass, I'm going to be straight up and I don't hold my mouth.
I hear you, cousin.
I'm going to be straight, cuz I'm going to try to be right, but I'm going to let you know how it really was, because that's the way it made me feel. This fat ass white captain woman or whatever had her ass with one hand against the door, her left hand against the door part, and she leaning out, looking out at the hallway, and I'm sitting right here next to her like that, and I look over at her, but I'm telling the nurses that wouldn't nobody listen to me, wouldn't nobody help me but y'all. She gonna grunt like, well, we gonna help you now. I looked at her and started to tell her, I'm sorry, y'all. I keep stuff for real. Y'all can change it and edit it or whatever you want to do, but I'm going to keep it real what I thought about saying. But I'm not going to say it because I'm on your show. I ain't going to say it,
No,
you know.
You can cuss, hell. I cuss too.
Okay,
shit.
well, I started to say, bitch, you fat motherfucker. You wasn't doing shit for me, you motherfucker. I asked to see you punk ass bitches, and none of y'all, the doctors, the nurses, none of them did me right, man. I'm gonna tell you, but them 2 angels, okay? Next, you know what? The paramedics came in. They came in, they put me on the thing, man. They start hooking me up because they saw it was bad. They rushed me out of there. They put me in the ambulance. Now, peep this. They putting the IVs in me and all this. This is when I had COVID, okay? I get to the hospital. Let me tell you what happened at Denver Health. When we got in the door, I'm sitting right there, laying right there. Then they rush me downstairs. That's where they take you when you're in jail. They don't put you up nowhere else but in the basement. So they put me down there, put me in a room. They started getting busy on me, for real. The only thing they didn't do was hook me up to a machine, which I thank God, because that's why I'm here, because of here, the grace of God. But they hooked me up. I was only in there 5 days, though. I want everybody to understand. COVID, it gets you, but there's different type of COVID that people don't understand. Because the kind of COVID I had, only lasted for 5 days. Okay. It only lasted for 5 days, and they came, gave me my everything to find out I didn't have it no more after the 5 days. But on the end of this COVID, you get pneumonia. And they
Okay.
didn't know it. So while
Okay.
they helped me out, they brought my clothes to me on the 5th day to take me back to the jail. Now, here it is. I couldn't breathe. I'm coughing, not knowing that I had pneumonia. Now they rolling me out to the guards, taking me back to the jail. And instead of them just stopping, now this Denver Health, instead of them stopping, seeing me, can't talk, I'm coughing, I can't breathe, I'm trying to breathe. They still rolling me to the door instead of stopping and checking my vitals, system, checking me out to see why is he like that. They didn't do it. So they put me in the van, took me back to the Denver jail downtown. Even when I got there, the nurses, the sheriffs, nobody. They, instead of them rolling me in, they walked me in. They see I was breathing and everything. I couldn't breathe. I was coughing and all that. And instead of them, now that's down at the medical place where they drop you off at. Instead of them coming to check me out, they took me back up to the same door. 4G, same dorm. Stuck me back up in there with everybody that had COVID and all this stuff going on. Now, mind you, my bed is right when you come through the doors, all the way through the doors, and you turn right, I'm right there. I was in 1L, which is one lower bunk. Okay. Now I'm breathing, can't breathe. I'm trying to breathe. I'm coughing and all that. They didn't even care. Okay. My daughter called me on a visit from her computer. Called me on a visit from her computer. I could barely walk to the computer, okay? When I got on there and I looked and she showed up, she said, Dad, what is wrong? You can't breathe. What is they doing? I said, babe, I think they trying to kill me up in here because ain't nobody trying to help me or nothing. And I'm telling you, I almost stayed in there 3 weeks breathing like that and stuff. Before a nurse, it's been 4 Sundays ago now. It's been 4 Sundays where a nurse at 4 o'clock in the morning taking my blood pressure, my sugar, 4 o'clock in the morning, I still can't breathe. The only reason why I slowed the breathing and all that down, because I concentrated and talked to God, and I had to hold one foot against the wall, one leg against the wall, and the other in the middle, and slow my breathing down like that. That's the only way I was lasting, because I went back up there and asked the guard and them and tell them. And the nurses was coming in there to give you your pills and all that. They told me it was my blood pressure pills. It wasn't my damn blood pressure pill. I had pneumonia. Nobody checked me. They changed my blood pressure pills and everything, I put in kites. They tell you got to put in kites. I put in kites for the sergeant. I put in kites for the captain. I put in sites for the doctor. The whole time I was in jail, I never saw the doctor. I don't even know what the doctor looked like. Right now today, I don't know what the doctor looked like because I never saw the doctor after I done put in these kites. Okay, at Sunday, that morning, after she took my sugar, she looked at me. She said, Mr. Hayes. She said, are you okay? I said, no, I don't know why I'm breathing like this and why I'm still coughing. She said, I'm going to send another nurse in here. 5 minutes later, she sent a male nurse, a brother. He came in and brought the machine to check my vitals. Yeah. He said, Mr. Hayes, it only took him a second. He said, Mr. Hayes, we're going to have to send you back to ER. I looked at him. I said, why? He said, man, you got water on your lungs. I think you got pneumonia. I said, what? All this time I've been up in here asking these doctors and nurses and these guards and everything for somebody to help me again, and I got to go back again? So he's walking me down the hallway. Let me show you how shitty these damn guards is. Now this brother, he the only one in the hallway. He's sitting on a desk. I'm passing him with the male nurse. I'm passing by him, and this brother looks at me and say, yeah, so they getting your ass up out of here. Just like that. That's what he said. He looked at me and I looked at him, and I'm sick. He talking about, yeah, they finally getting your ass out of here. I looked back at him and I said, they should be getting yours out of here because you sitting on yours and ain't doing nothing.
Seeing how long it takes my mom to know.
Right.
So they took me to the elevator, took me downstairs, got me back on, the van. Instead of ambulance, the van took me over there. Once we get there, they take me to another room and they deal with my pneumonia. Okay. Now hold on. They deal with my pneumonia. So by now I'm really pissed. Okay.
Okay.
My baby's mama, all of them calling, trying to get me out of jail, you know, because of my age and what I was going through. They put in petitions and everything, talk to people. Do you know them officers and sergeants and captains was lying to my people? They even shut my people down for having visit to me because they knew I was going to tell them that that these people was lying. These people went and told my kids, my daughter and them. I got a picture of me, a video of me that maybe KD can put on his thing after I give it to him. He can put on his thing to where it show y'all in the dorm where I'm talking to my daughter and couldn't talk. She hung up, told my dad, we on our way down there. Now, mind you, my kids don't play. They come and investigate. Them people wouldn't let them. They shut them down. They lied to him and said a sergeant came back to me. Now, how you gonna come back to me? And my bunk is right there. I ain't talked to no sergeant, no captain, nobody, but they tell my people that they came and talked to me, and I told them that I was all right. But they wouldn't let my people contact me no kind of way. Even when I was at the hospital, I asked the guards, could I make a phone call to let my people know I was back in the hospital or I was in there with the COVID and the pneumonia. My people never knew anything the whole time I was in jail. Nothing, because they wouldn't let me do it. And they didn't know nothing, and they was trying to get to know stuff, and they wouldn't let them know. So this is how our people that we pay taxes, we buy their cars, we take care of their kids, we buy their houses and stuff with our hard-earned money. This is how they do us. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. And what really hurt me is that the mayor, Michael Hancock, y'all, we like family. I grew up with him. When I knew Michael Hancock, he was 7 years old. I used to be in his house. I know mama. I know the whole family. But to make it short, that I told a couple of officers in there and they was black. I told them, I said, you know what? When I get out of here, I'm going to report this stuff. And I said, I got somebody that's going to come up in here and do something about this. And I mentioned Michael's name. Do you know what these guards told me? They sat there and told me, well, if you bring him, he gonna be in trouble anyway because he's the one got it going on like this. I looked at him, I said, what you say? Yeah, just like we said, it's because of Michael Hancock why this is like this. And it hurt me. It hurt me.
I think
all up until the time I got out, man. The whole 54 days that I was in there, I was miserable. They disrespected me. They didn't care about my health. They didn't care who I was. They talked crazy to me, and if I had been healthy and wasn't going through what I was going through, but I was healthy and any of them punks had got disrespectful to me, I'd still probably be in jail and got charges on me because I'd have beat the shit out of them. Simple as that. Officers back in the days never did that kind of stuff. Maybe a couple, but they never treated you like they do now. They don't. I'm gonna tell you right now. You better tell your family members. You better tell your friends or whoever you know. Don't go to Denver City Jail because you gonna wish that you didn't. 4 officers also down in City Jail done died of COVID. Okay, 4 officers in the Denver jail done died of COVID. And there's people that passed before it happened really bad to me. I saw them on the tier of 4G where I was at. Take this Mexican old man out. He had COVID and pneumonia. I had caught the same stuff that he had. Okay. And I never saw him again and still don't know where he's at, if he even survived or anything. Yeah. See? Yeah. Wow. And when I got back, hold on, and then I'm done. When I got back from the pneumonia trip,
they
didn't send me back up. They wouldn't let me go back up. I stayed the last 2 weeks down in medical. And in medical, even bad because you're on a 23-hour lockdown. But they got crazy people. They got these women that are, I'm telling you, that are, like like the evils in them. They, you know, for real. They were screaming, throwing stuff at doors. They got people down there that don't even need to be there. They need to be somewhere else, and they don't care. They don't care. They take you to the visiting to a room to where you watch TV for your hour, and you walk past these people on both sides, and you can see their rooms. And these people got stuff toe up. They don't care. I'll put it like that. That's a shame. The way that they treat you, it's a shame.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
MLH, I'm gonna have you do the follow-up question.
Yeah, go ahead, K Dot. No, no.
I'm ready.
Before we do that, Princess, if you can put the number of the Denver County Jail in the comments, that would be greatly appreciated. Because you guys need to be calling like right now, because this is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
I'm going to Mexican Long Hair with your question.
Well, first of all, thank you for sharing, Caesar. That's a super harrowing story, and I truly believe that you're very lucky to be alive. But I
I
think this
really am.
an indictment. There's a breakdown in communication, a breakdown in understanding the severity of what was going on, and I think. Honestly, from the Denver General has been known as like one of these places that does not treat their clientele very well. How do you feel you were treated when you were at the hospital itself by the nurses and doctors there, Caesar? We'll get into the prison that where you were held at, the jail, but specifically the doctors and nurses when you were at the Denver Health Center. How do you think you were treated there?
Well, I'm gonna put it straight to you, man. I'm not gonna hold no punches or nothing, but a couple of them, they did me good. They got me away from the danger mark, but still, it was like they was trying to hurry me back, because when we talked, I was supposed to get out on the 12th or the 13th. And they said if they was gonna keep me there until then, they was gonna take me upstairs. I don't know who they talked to, the main doctors or whatever, but all that changed. All that changed. They okay. To make a long story short, I was there 5 days for the COVID and 5 days for the pneumonia. I still had pneumonia when I got out of jail on the 12th. That's why I had to go to University Hospital and get some antibiotics.
Did you?
So the way I felt they treat me was poor.
Yeah,
was poor, man.
Were you diagnosed with a pneumonia when you were at Denver Health? Okay.
Yes.
So they did they do any X-rays?
Oh no,
did they...
no. Hold on. I wasn't diagnosed with pneumonia until they sent me back from the COVID to the jail.
That was my question, because I think that's Denver Health's responsibility right there. They should have known with your labored breathing. I mean, I'm no medical expert, but I am fairly familiar with pneumonia and the way that it works, the way that it encapsulates your lungs, and especially with COVID. I mean, that should have been treated extra carefully. There is
what
data.
They should have done. Yeah. Not to cut you off, but what they should have done when they was calling themselves rolling me out there to take me back to jail after the COVID, they should have rolled me back and checked me out, and then they'd have found out that.
Right.
But they didn't do that at all.
Yeah, exactly.
At all, man. That's what they should have done by being doctors and stuff. They should have rolled me as they was rolling me and seen I couldn't breathe and all that. What they should have done was stop right there in the hallway and say, "Hold on, let me check your vitals." They'd have found out then that I had pneumonia and would have turned me back around and put me back in the room. They didn't do it. They rolled me all the way out and let me walk back to the van instead of, and once I got back to the jail, even the medical staff there was there to see me. They saw me, people walking around, not doing nothing. They seen I was coughing, couldn't breathe, and nobody came up to me to even check me. All they did was took me back up to the floor where I left from.
Did they?
Okay,
Did
so
they?
I
Yeah,
I do got
go
a
ahead.
question then.
Yeah.
So when they were handling you as far as bringing you out of the cell to the hallway to be transported to the Denver Health, did they wear any type of PPE gear? Did they have masks, gloves, or anything on in that
Yeah,
process?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Now,
Even the
when you were
paramedics. Yeah.
when you were transported, were you transported in the ambulance or were you transported in the transportation Denver Sheriff vehicle?
Well, the first time when I had COVID, the paramedics came and got me. But when I went
Yep.
back, it was in the van. And when I went back to the hospital, it was in the van. And when they came back to get me, it was in the van.
Completely inappropriate. Completely inappropriate. Because if you were in the van with COVID, they transport other inmates in that particular van. That's a huge issue. Somebody who has nothing to do with your situation, you're in there with COVID, and they go pick up another person for whatever crime they did or not crime they did, and now they're exposed to COVID because that doesn't make any damn sense. Okay, now did you notice if they wiped anything
Ain't
down or
nobody wiped nothing. Ain't nobody wiped nothing. Not even the paramedics. They didn't wipe shit down. Nobody wiped nothing down. Before I got in, after I got out, nothing. Nothing. Do you hear me? They don't
wow.
care, man. All they do is do they transfer and leave. That's all it is about. And I'm gonna let y'all know it ain't nothing but about the money. Now, the whole time I'm in jail, you don't never see the guards or nothing unless there's a fight. When there's a fight, yeah, there's 30 or 40 of them come in. After that, you don't see them. And then when you do see them, all they are doing, man, all they doing is sitting around. And when they brought me back, transported me back, they set me down, right? They don't know that I was peeping out everything about them. The doctors are in the office over to my left. They in the offices. I see these nurses and these doctors ain't doing shit. They just standing around. Then I look to my right, and the guards are surrounded this one dude, officer dude, surrounding him. I'm talking about 10 or 13 of them just surrounding one desk, laughing and, what's up? Yeah, yeah, y'all, blah, 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 wasn't doing shit. Do you hear me? They just spending our money, okay? Oh, I forgot that one officer. Remember, Katie, I told you when we had the
Okay.
bed bug situation?
Oh
We had
yeah.
a bed, we had a bed bug situation in our dorm to where our neighbor, he had bed bugs or whatever. Anyway, we cleared him out of there and we was cleaning up all the bunks, the floors, the walls, and everything. I'm bending down. Now, this is when I had the pneumonia at the time of the pneumonia. This before I
Okay.
went to the hospital. I'm bending down cleaning, and this damn officer of the dorm gonna walk and spray bed bug spray. So I'm coughing right there by my face. Instead of
Stop.
waiting
Hold
until
on, hold
I'm
on.
done,
Wait. So they had you cleaning you had
man, I
pneumonia
was
and they
cleaning.
had you
Yes, I
cleaning
was
the
cleaning
cell
where.
of the person who had bed bugs.
Yes, me and this
What
brother
kind of
named
shit?
Chris. Me
What?
and this white dude named Chris. We was the only three in there. And he was out in the hallway after he cleared his stuff. But had me and Chris cleaning our area and the floors, walls, the bed bunks, everything. And while I'm bending down with this pneumonia stuff that I didn't even know I had pneumonia, this guard gonna walk up, Mexican dude, gonna walk up and spray bed bug stuff. It got all in my face. I was coughing so bad. I told him I was going out there where they play basketball. This motherfucker started cussing me out. Even called me an old bitch. I'm tired of you complaining, you old bitch. I said, man, you choking me out, man. You choking me.
Why would
He
he?
lucky, he lucky that I was like I was, because nigga, I'd have threw down on him. I'd have threw down on him.
And
And the
cousin,
fight would have been
uh,
on. There'd been 50 motherfuckers coming up in there to get my black old ass. But I've been tearing his ass up. I couldn't do
and
shit.
this is
I even asked him, I said, why are you cussing me out? Even one of the fellas that's in a wheelchair way in the back heard him say that.
Caesar, I
And
have a
here
question.
and this is the reason. This is the reason because I know Caesar because he would have did all of that. What he's saying. That's why I'm laughing because I'm just like because he would have went on if he had health in him he probably would have tore that whole damn that city jail up. He ain't nothing to
Man,
play
I'll
with.
be in the fucking hole.
Yeah. And cousin and again I'm sorry that happened to you, man. That is absolutely egregious. I mean, like I'm I'm trying to get in my head to where you have somebody that clearly has pneumonia, and you're having him clean a that don't make any fucking sense. Like
Yes,
that, why would you have him do it? He
yes,
should be laying down. You should be laying
yes.
down somewhere, not cleaning any damn thing. You have
I,
pneumonia.
Okay,
Um,
that
MLH,
ain't
go
how
ahead
they
with
work.
your follow up question. I know you had something.
I do have a question for you, Caesar. Have you thought about
Okay.
uh, getting yourself a lawyer and telling him
Yes,
your
yes,
complete story? Because there are cameras that can capture everything that you've been saying thus far,
Yep.
that you
yes.
can get. So
Well,
you,
my cousin Katie is helping me on that situation. We already on that. Cause I do want to sue behind this, man. I'm not playing, man. I ain't never been treated like this, and there ain't no way anybody on this planet should get treated like this by nobody that's
I agree.
paying they damn
I agree.
bills.
I agree. And
there
you
is a
know,
well-known, huge problem with that particular jail, Caesar, and it's not your story. Unfortunately, is not uncommon.
mm-mm.
People
Well,
have been
I didn't know.
yeah, people
I
have
didn't
been
know. I ain't been in jail since '03, so I didn't know it done changed that much.
right.
Yeah,
Here's the other kind of caveat to everything that you're saying. I mean, there are people that have been slammed. There are people that have been beaten up in there. There have been
Yeah,
people that are sick, like yourself. Like your story is very compelling, and unfortunately, it is one of like many stories. And you're right. People have died from COVID. From being in close contact with other people with COVID. You are extremely lucky to have
I'm
escaped
blessed, is what it is.
yeah, you was
with
you blessed and highly favored.
right. You are extremely lucky to not only have had maybe a sinus infection, a cold, COVID, and pneumonia. And at your advanced age, I mean, I'm sorry, see, you're 65. You're a little older than quite a few people, and you're right in that age group where it could have been even worse. I mean, you could have died
Yes.
in that jail.
Yeah.
And
That's another
that's a
thing.
testament to how
That's
strong you
another
are.
thing I asked the doctor, the nurse and stuff. I said, you mean to tell me the only time that y'all would have contacted my people is after I'm dead? And do you know they had the nurse to tell me, yeah, because we can't let you use the phone.
Oh boy.
I said,
Now,
oh my.
Too Tall
What?
Rob did bring up something here, K. Dot. There's a huge violation by
There's
spraying
major
your.
violations. Like
There's a
horrible.
huge violation by spraying, spraying bed bugs without a license. Now you're saying a
Now,
guard did that?
Yes, the
A
guard
guard
was
sprayed
spraying our area. We
now
you
have
where
a
did he
without.
flood
spray
zone
it at?
area,
What direction
and
did he?
he was spraying the area. He was spraying it with bed bugs. They gave him bed bug spray, and this fool was spraying the whole area, our bunks, the bunks and
Did
stuff like
they?
that, the mattress, everything. But where he
Yep.
messed up, I was bending down, getting something from up under mine because they made us clear everything out. And this
Yeah.
fool walked up spraying. So I
Did
got a
they?
whiff of that. And I
Yeah.
coughed my
Did,
way, man. I coughed for about 2 hours, man. What
did
made it
they?
so bad,
Um,
the officer saw that me and him was fitting to get into it because he was calling me names, talking shit. And I told him, man, the only thing I was telling you, I was finna walk out here. Why you talking to me like that? And a sergeant walked in, a little short black sergeant walked in.
yeah.
Another female walked in with him, and another dude walked in with them. And the female came up to me and told me, "Why don't you just, go out there on the basketball thing and chill? Just go
Caesar.
out there." And I'm looking at her.
Caesar.
Well, now,
Did they
now,
make you? Did they make you sleep in that bed that they sprayed that evening? Did they make you sleep in the
Yeah,
bed
we
that
slept in the same bunk. I mean, after they took the dude's mattress out and did the spraying and made us change, clothes and all that, we remade up our beds. Yeah, we slept in that same area.
oh
whoa,
god.
that
Gee,
okay. That's
Yeah, we slept in the same
That's,
area after
come
that.
on now. That's
That could
just
cause
fucking
even more
inhumanity.
complications with your pneumonia, Caesar. I mean, this sounds
I
like
agree. It,
an easy case.
MLH, isn't that bug spray toxic?
Yes, absolutely. Now,
Okay.
if you read
Yes.
Okay.
the
Yes, I was coughing like crazy, and what made it so bad, my head was down there when he was spraying.
yeah.
So he
My
sprayed
head
it
was
towards your
down there.
head?
That's how I
Is what
caught
you're
a whoop.
saying?
It was yes, he sprayed it to where towards me.
Wow.
Then I would start coughing crazy. And I jumped up and I was just coughing and coughing and coughing. And I was like, man, he's like, man, I'm sick of your ass complaining. Motherfucker, you just sprayed bed bug spray in my face and I'm already coughing. And then now you want to
That's
motherfucking walk up like you want to jump on me and shit.
Yeah,
You for real.
this is
so
crazy.
so
Not only
so
is it toxic, like in the air, like after the fact, like that stuff lingers. You're not supposed to be on that bed for, I believe it's at least 24 hours. I could be completely wrong.
Oh well,
is that
me and Chris
okay.
slept in our beds.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
now I
so,
did not know that. I didn't know that, MLA. That's
Yeah, me
wow.
and Chris slept in our beds, man.
yeah, yeah. So,
That's how they
I
was
mean,
doing it.
you've got a heck of a case on your hands, Caesar. You just need to FOIA request a lot of the video that happened and since you are very articulate and you know where you were at certain points in time, you can nail it down to where you can get all that video, and a lawyer would
Well,
be
I need a good
very
lawyer.
interested.
I need a
Yeah,
bad lawyer to where he can get that done. I
Okay.
yeah,
explain everything to him and let him know what dorms is in and all that. It's up to my lawyer to get it done.
Okay.
yeah.
Now, quick question: do you have a GoFundMe or any type of like Cash App where that we can any of our viewers can support you getting a lawyer as far as financially? Do you have any of that up, or if we
Well,
can?
Pam, no, I don't because it's a new phone. You probably gonna
Okay.
have to help me with that too. You're gonna have to help.
Okay.
I'm an OG, okay? And
Okay.
my standards is still in the old type thing. I'm just keeping it 100. I ain't up
Okay.
on all the computer type stuff and all the stuff that you could do. So I need
Okay.
somebody to help me with that.
So we'll maybe me and MLH can help you with that as far as getting that set up for you, so we can have as far as your legal fees, because I feel that this story needs to be told, guys,
They
and
do.
and I'm glad that you gave us the opportunity to exclusive to do this, because this is not right on so many levels. I've never, this shit is crazy.
I
This
wouldn't
But
was
wish
just
this on my worstest enemy.
yeah.
I wouldn't.
Well,
And now I'm gonna tell
maybe
you
the cop.
something. Now,
Yeah,
can I tell y'all one thing? Now I
yeah,
know why Michael Hancock and them ain't building these apartments and getting these homeless people in these places like they were saying at first, getting these homeless people off the street. You know why? Because they putting them in jail. That's
yeah.
what they
That's
doing with the
absolutely
homeless
right.
people. They
Yep.
put them in jail right down
Yep.
there, man. And then they
I agree
Right.
with
catching
that.
COVID and all that. That's what they doing with these homeless people instead of putting them in places to help them. Would you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Says, I'm gonna read this comment. The bed bug spray has to set for 12 hours. That to kill the babies, not the actual breeding bugs. Only way to kill an adult bed bug is heat treatment for 8 hours at an extreme high temp. So that's a thank you for putting that keeper of the list, because so basically all they were doing was killing the babies. They didn't really kill the main people, the main adult bed bugs. So you were technically still sleeping in there with the bed bugs.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
going to
no, we got rid of the mattress and got rid of him
oh,
and his stuff, but the bunk was over there and they had us clean the bunk, clean the walls, clean the floor, all that.
why did they have
But while
y'all
we
do
was
that?
doing that, this
I don't
fool was
understand why they
praying.
had y'all do that. What that's I wouldn't think that would be your, well, first of all, you have pneumonia, clearly. And why
Exactly.
would they have you clean anything? Like that's just
Because they don't
gaslighting.
care. They don't care. They don't care. And they
Wow.
stupid up in I'm gonna tell you, that's the only job that they know what to do. If you fucking was to fire their asses, they wouldn't know where else to go. So they don't care, man. I'm telling you, they up in there, they ain't doing nothing but parlaying. They parlaying around until something happened. And then if something like serious like what happened to me, they don't give a damn, because that one brother sat out there in the hallway and say they finally taking your ass up out of here. How you gonna talk to somebody like that, man, and they sick? What's wrong with you, fool? That's why I told them they should be taking you up out here because you sitting on yours and ain't doing nothing with it.
Yeah,
Wow.
You know, that was totally disrespectful. And if I could have went and hit that nigga upside his head, I'd have kicked that nigga, boy. You already know what I would have done, KD. But I couldn't do shit, man. I was bad off. All I could do is look at him, and I said that. I said, yeah, they should be taking you up out of here because you ain't doing nothing with yours.
So MLH, go. I know you got a follow-up question. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say Lacey R makes a very good point. You need to ask that they save those videos. And maybe it's in your best interest to talk to somebody sooner than later. When did this happen, by the way, Caesar? When did all this stuff occur? Was this like
yeah, it's only been a month. It's within the month because I got out on the 12th. So you looking at the 12th going back to when it first started off was October 19th. So actually October 19th, I turned myself in. So 19, 20, 21st. October 21st is when I made it to that first dorm. That's when I caught the COVID.
Okay.
Okay. So the 21st of October is when it started, and it got worse from there.
Yeah.
That's a good point too, Tall. Pest controls is supposed to be outsourced to a professional, right? So you need to be licensed to do that. Like, what the? That doesn't make any goddamn sense. And then they spray it in there while you're in there towards your face. So
yeah,
what we're going to be doing, MLS, do you have any more questions by any chance?
I think I'm okay, K-Dot. I just want to say thanks for sharing, Caesar. It was I wish I could say it was a pleasure doing this interview, but it just pisses me off, and I know it
man.
A lot of people.
Well, y'all needed to know though, man. Like I told KD when he told me he's gonna put me on the show, I said I wish he would, because everybody really need to know what the hell our people are doing down there, man. Y'all need to know what is going on down there in the city jail, man.
How many homeless people did you see there, Caesar? Out of curiosity,
everybody that was in there, everybody that was in there and that was coming in there was homeless, because you could tell. The way they eat, they wasn't eating right, man. They was rushing that nasty food. They was serving nasty food in there, man. Was cold, wasn't hot. But these people was tearing it up. You could tell homeless people, and then they talking about smoking crack, smoking meth, you know, the pills, what they was doing out there in the tents and all that. That's how you know. And I was saying to myself, oh, now I see. And now I see. Now I'm not homeless. I got my place with my baby and all this stuff. I got a place, you know. I'm OG, okay. But I'm like, now I see what Michael Hancock is doing with these people. Instead of putting them in places to help these people come up like they said they was gonna do in the news with they lying asses, they sending them to jail.
Now I
like
want to be
slaughterhouse.
Who Michael Hancock is. He's referring to the mayor of Denver, Colorado.
That's right.
The mayor has declared war on the homeless people of Denver.
Yeah,
that's exactly
a piece of shit for sure. A lot of my family members, you know, like I said, like he said, I think you even babysitted him a couple of times when he was younger, if I'm not mistaken, Caesar. Yeah, our family knows the Hancocks, unfortunately.
Man, I grew up with the Hancocks. I know Mama Hancock, Ronnie, Carlene, all of them, Kenny. I grew up with them. I'm talking about when I knew Michael, he was only 7 years old. Okay? Yeah. He was the youngest of the Hancocks. I know the whole family. We all stayed in Park Hill. I stayed on 32nd and Holly. 32nd and Ivy. They stayed on 36 and what is that? Not Ivanhoe. 36 and Ivanhoe. The Hancocks had the big house on 36 and Ivanhoe, and I was there with them.
What a
One
shame.
of my
What a
partners
shame.
got a daughter, got a son by Carlene. Baby, shut your ass up.
So Caesar, we're gonna have you stay on just for a little bit longer. We're gonna open up a
Shit.
panel because there's people waiting to get in here to ask you some questions that we may not have asked you. I'm gonna post a link right here
Yeah.
in the comment section, and I'm gonna let some people on. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and so we'll do that real quick because I know some people definitely wanted to come in and ask you some questions because this hard. I mean, this is not even human the way they treated.
It ain't, man, and that's what they did to me, cuz that's why I'm so upset. And I told you I need something to happen.
So I
I
just
need something
posted
done
you
about this.
guys in the link. That is the link right here. You guys can hop on. Whoever wants to ask Caesar questions, you're more than welcome to answer. We'll let two people up here because that's pretty much all I can fit. Well, no, three. No, three. I can let three people up here. We got an amazing guy. His name is Too Tall. With some apple fritters. I don't know if he has any tonight, but he has some questions to ask you, Caesar.
Okay.
Go ahead with your question, Too
Yum,
Tall.
yum, yum, yum.
We're almost
Hey,
done.
how you doing, Caesar? Bless you,
Hey, how
man.
you
Thank
doing,
you for
Tupac?
sharing your story. Hey, write this name down. David Lane, Denver
Okay.
attorney at law.
He's
Take that
definitely
down for me, Katie. I don't have no pencil by me, Katie. Take it down.
let's
But
let's
get
put,
in touch with him, and he's done a lot of work for Eric and stuff. Friend of Eric Brandt. This kind of shit, I'm sure he would eat up, or at least send you in the right
Okay.
direction with some information. Yeah,
Okay, I
but
appreciate that.
now,
we're gonna text it. We're gonna text it
hang
to
on.
your phone, Caesar.
Okay.
Now, hey, Mexican, can you mute your microphone? I think you're feeding back or something squawky. Somebody
It's
is.
definitely not mine, but I'll mute.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, somebody else. But anyway, fuck, let me take care. I had it. The vapors and exposure to the bug toxins that you vaporized and inhaled, even right then when you were locked in that room for hours, I suppose, with the shit being
Well,
sprayed
it's
in your
a
face.
dorm.
Well,
It's a
yeah,
dorm. And in
there's a
that dorm,
dorm
you
and
got
how
a
many
4-man.
people? Okay, hang on. So you got a dormitory. Hang on, I'll wait till I get back. But yeah, you got an open area, and you vaporizing that shit. That whole fucking area is breathing that toxins and that shit.
And that well that also in
Now
more
that's
inflammatory towards his what's that called pneumonia.
oh fuck, man. You got respiratory
No
issues, and
doubt.
then you get pug
No doubt.
poisons and stuff. What needs to happen with that shit? Because you got Denver jail applying toxins and bugs and shit without a fucking license. That's just supposed to be outsourced to a professional.
Yeah.
Oregon's
Yeah.
supposed to be in there taking care of that shit or something, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I would think.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, now, so you got Denver jail needs to be audited for their pest control and their Corolla
Man,
cleanup. How they clean it up? Where's this money going?
I
Now,
don't know.
okay, now everybody in that dormitory, let alone the whole fucking jail, from sounds like, needs to get a class action suit going for exposure to the toxins of them fucking bug sprays. You need to get the information of them bug sprays, information of the motherfuckers that were spraying it. The whole, I mean, from the fucking top down. Well, I mean, you can start with the boss and every clown down below him that fucking watch somebody spraying that shit, knowing better, should have known better. You know, fuck, you got bugs or something like that. You know, you would think that they'd have somebody come in and clean a dorm out, fucking anti-Corolla, the son of a bitch. If
It
it's
was
as
a fucking
terrible as
guard. It was a dude that was on guard. It was a motherfucker on guard.
I remember Eric Brandt when he was in during the onset of this Corolla, and you know, just kind of lost. You didn't hear much more about it in this community, but yeah, I'm sure every fucking jail it's a fucking nightmare. I mean, it's it's a fucking death sentence possibly. Getting arrested for something stupid and go spend a night or two in jail getting exposed.
It's absolutely correct,
I
Rob.
mean, here you are. You in there, you fucking got a ticket for a parking violation, not paying all your tickets. Now you're hemmed up. And you're in a
100.
fucking jail cell with fucking no
Right.
Corolla fucking cleanups going on, no fucking professional bug services. And,
Right.
next thing you know, you're coming out. You
And
got the Corolla,
and
the
even with the
vaporized
post,
poisons in the lungs.
Yep. Yep.
let
doubt.
me tell
Oh, we lost Caesar again. But yes, you're absolutely 100%, Rob. I mean, there's so many egregious infractions that happened to Caesar during his stay there that
EPA needs to be called in.
I
Something.
agree. I totally
Feds.
agree. I totally agree. There definitely needs to be audit on all of their bug killing services because look, there's a misnomer about bed bugs. It's not about how dirty some place is. Bed bugs are indiscriminate. It doesn't matter if your place is immaculate, if your place is dirty. The bed bugs don't discriminate at all. They don't care. They survive. They're like one of the most hardy bugs ever.
Well, you can just Google map bed bugs and see what's in your fucking county.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely, no
You
doubt.
can get them. I've had them. Apparently, this house had them, but I went through the heat treatments and the vinegars and the cleaning and the vacuuming, and
Yeah, yeah,
hopefully, we've gotten shit under control. I haven't seen one in several months, thank God.
yeah. I know. Like I said, Rob, it doesn't matter if you're clean or dirty. Those things are egregious. I had them I mean, years ago when I lived in an apartment, and I thought it was because, and I did the same thing. I'm like, well, we got to fucking scrub and all this type of shit. And so I did do that, and that didn't help one bit. And that place was immaculate. But then you got to get somebody professional in there. You got to get the steam cleaning like Keeper. That's Keeper had the most succinct way to kill bed bugs was by steam cleaning very high temperatures for an extended amount of time. It's
Well,
the only
that
way to
means
get rid of the
your
motherfuckers.
bedding and your sofas, you can either toss
Yes.
them. But even then, the spreading of tossing them, it's better to fucking treat it. And heat, or steam.
Yeah, Johnny makes a good point too.
Vacuuming, steaming, heat. Like say, no, I used to work for Exterminator back when I was a youngin' in high school. The job work study program.
Mm-hmm.
This guy owned some apartments and he owned a bug cleaning, bug spraying business. And I had about 7 years working with that man.
Yeah.
But we had places that had the bed bugs. And you know how we treated them? Aside of cleaning and vinegar,
How's that?
we used heat.
Yep.
Go kerosene here. Y'all get the fucking hotel room for the night. We set that fucking kerosene heaters off in that house.
Yep. Heat.
And fucking roast it. You walk into that house the next day, it's a fucking 180 degrees in there. Don't fart or it's liable to blow. Make sure their homeowners is paid. Make sure the company insurance is paid.
Right.
But yeah, you got to fucking torch a building practically as far as heat to kill the bastards. But even then, you got to clean cracks, vacuums. I fucking.
They're worse than cockroaches.
Shit until I moved into this fucking house.
Yeah. I never wish to go through the bed bug experience ever again. It's
a friend of mine, man. He had a bedroom. He just fucking closed it off. It's like, how do you live in the rest of the fucking room? And I don't know if somehow him coming to visit a time or two, he didn't drop a few eggs over here or something.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it can happen. I mean, you never know. I mean, it just.
I remember one time I was at a dollar store and I seen one crawling around on a fucking t-shirt. Like, whoa.
Oh,
of course,
shit.
I grabbed the motherfucker and grabbed my lighter and he dead.
Yeah. K-Dot, I'm gonna have to take off here, man. But I appreciate you having
if anybody's suffering the civil rights, I always send them to David Lane's office, and somebody there might be able to at least link them up with somebody else that's getting some work in or needs some work that can help.
Yeah, yeah.
He's been a
There's
very
there's a
good.
few good lawyers in Denver, so I'm sure Caesar has a very
That's one that
very
always comes to mind when I hear somebody suffering.
yeah, yeah. Just an egregious case in this case, and Caesar's very lucky to be alive, man. I mean, can you imagine having
Hey,
a cold and then
what
pneumonia
was
and
the
coronavirus?
damages?
Yeah,
What's the
at his
damages
age,
to fucking sucking them vapors of that shit?
absolutely, absolutely,
What's that gonna do
100%.
to him in 2 years? Some kind of fucking poison? Now his ears
Yep.
are falling off and his hair's falling out.
Yeah, yeah. You're right. No doubt. No doubt. I mean,
You
just
know,
what a harrowing story. And you know what? The Denver jail is one of the most egregious places. It's horrible. It's not a place that anybody wants to be. I mean, but another thing that we didn't get into was the treatment of inmates. All right, I don't care if you're in there because you had a traffic, like you said, Rob. I mean, it could be somebody with a traffic infraction that got a little out of hand, and maybe mouthed off to a cop, and the cops decided to take him to jail.
or
I mean,
maybe they
there's
got wrongfully charged for a crime they
right.
didn't commit. I don't know.
Absolutely, 100, 100. Um, and they're in there and they're being treated like the worst people ever. And I don't care if you commit a crime, even there is a thing called dignity when you're in there. Some people are in there for drug crimes. They're smoking crack or heroin or whatever, and those people need to be treated with respect and dignity as well. It should be clear across the board. Everybody is treated the right way. Now, there was a documentary, and I'm not a big fan of Michael Moore, but he did a documentary on like the prison systems and how people are treated here in this country as opposed to other countries, and it's pretty eye opening. I can't remember the name of it, but everybody should be treated with dignity. And it just it's just egregious what we do in this country to our prisoners. I mean, we have the biggest population of prisoners in the whole world per capita, and it's just egregious the way that we treat people in prison. Harry, I don't know how long they retain. It should be a year. I'm pretty sure it's a year, but you never know. They fuck with videos all the time. They somehow lose footage. They somehow
Mex-
turn off cams. Like it just. It's
Mexican.
terrible. I think all those videos should be immediately uploaded to um, some sort of server, and you should be able to access it as a citizen to see anything and everything that goes on in prisons and body cams, etc. Rob, you wanted to say?
Yeah, I was going to ask you that Michael Moore was that like what goes to Norway and visits prison of the future video movie something?
No, no, he was actually doing it like on how like healthcare in this country is a joke and other things like the prison system. So he hit on a bunch of subjects, but I don't remember the name of it. And like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Michael Moore because I hate the way that he edits things. But the subject matter was pretty compelling, and if you can look past the like uh, the subject matter itself is what was important, and take your bias against him out of the whole equation. I mean, it was pretty eye-opening. Too tall. I can't remember the name of the documentary, but it was really compelling, and it just
Okay, you're telling us about something you can't remember. That's confusing.
yeah. Well, I mean, not we can't always remember every. I mean, I was carbon monoxide at one point. Let me look it up for you, Rob. Let's see.
It's like I'm
Like,
seeing Norway, Ghost of Norway, Where to Invade. I just Googled Michael Moore prison documentary, and that's what I come up with. Is like,
let me
okay,
let me
well,
take a
what
pic.
you're
I'll let
talking
you know
about,
which
what
one
I'm
it is.
looking at, it's like confusing the fuck out.
Um,
Scramble my brains.
I know I can't remember
Yeah,
which
too
one.
late. Still need the confusing, bro.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Michael Moore. He's
Whatever. I mean, just what's the name of the movie you talking about?
I'm
It was
looking.
called Sicko.
Yeah, I think it was called Sicko. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, Sicko. That's the name of it. 2007. You got it. Thank you.
So about your cousin's ordeal, K-Dot, has anybody tried to call the Attorney General about this issue? Because situations going on with public agencies like this is supposed to be his job to whip this shit in shape.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good point, Exiled. Good point. I don't know if we lost K Dot or what's going on with K Dot here, but
I think that should be a first phone call before any other phone
I'm still
calls
here,
are made.
guys. I'm still here. I just had
Okay.
to grab a couple of things. I'm sorry, but
okay.
you're doing really good. Appreciate you, MLA.
Because
Yeah,
at the
no,
end of the day, a lot of time the attorney general, when he says something, that's the ones that the agencies are worried about what he can do.
yeah, that's a great point. I mean, Rob brought up a good point about asking about the audits of all the ways that they do the pesticides and how they're administered and which services they used and stuff like that. That's definitely along the right path. But Exiled, you're absolutely correct. The attorney general should be very aware of these type of things. I mean, that jail is just atrocious. Like there's story after story, and what Caesar was saying is correct. And there's a definite war on the homeless people in Denver. I mean, they want to criminalize being homeless, and that's what's going on. They're taking a page straight out of Los Angeles. I know you guys are probably familiar with what's going on in LA. They have a permanent no camping ban. So where are these homeless
Seattle's
people?
got the same problem.
Yep, Seattle. I mean, there's just I mean, it's starting to spread eastward, is what I'm saying. And it's just um, it's pretty egregious. So you're right, Exiled. I wonder if anybody is doing um, some phone calls to the attorney general on this would be very, very kosher for sure. So let's see. Broken says that's always somebody's brother, sister, aunt, uncle, cousin. Prisoners treat with dignity. Yeah, they I look. It's easy for us to judge and say, oh, they're in prison. They should. Who cares? They're animals, et cetera, et cetera. But like Rob very eloquently pointed out, what if it's somebody that was wrongfully charged and is put in a cage? I mean, those type of things.
On that note, K-Dot, can I have 2 minutes with MLH?
I don't want any drama, Exiled. If you're going to start in, I'll drop off
It's
in a
not
heart.
drama. It's a
I'm
question
going
that
to
the
drop
whole
off. Exiled,
community is.
exiled. I will
Oh,
drop off. This is
so
not
you
about that.
already
This
know
is
what
about
it's
Caesar.
about.
This is about Caesar. It's not about anything else. I don't want to hear it.
Well,
So,
well, see, but you're bringing up a good point
exiled.
though,
I'm
and
not
it
bringing up
follows
anything.
along that
I didn't
MLH.
bring up any drama. I don't want any drama. I knew as soon as you popped up that you wanted your attempt at starting that with me. I'm not doing it. So,
It's not drama. I know a lot behind the scenes that I could speak MLH. I just
okay.
was wondering off of what you said. How could you
I'm not
say
going to do
something
this,
like that?
exiled. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. What do you got to say?
I wanted to know why his name is blocked in your chat. That's
It's
all I
not.
wanted to know.
Not.
That's not the
Simple as
reports
that.
that are coming in far and wide. I'll
Well,
test the
you can
theory and
believe
come
whatever you
back
want,
to it
Exile.
later.
I've got screenshots. I've got the receipts. So let's just end that controversy right now. Okay?
Yep,
Let's move
I'll
on.
email you later for those receipts then. How about
Yep,
that? Let's get
absolutely.
back on
100.
subject.
All right. So anyways, I don't know. I just think it was atrocious what happened to Caesar, and that's what this is about. It's about nothing else.
I tried to. It was guys. I was trying to get a hold of Caesar. That's why I was. But his phone is acting way too uh crazy. But I think everybody and enough as far as what happened uh, with Caesar. So it was unfortunate what happened with him, and we'll keep you guys updated on the story, and we will go from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Um,
Before
so
you do, K-Dot, can you have somebody get the Attorney General's number and post it in the chat so they can make phone calls to the proper guy as
yeah,
well?
yeah. If somebody can do that, that'd be great. And before we go, I would like to have everybody's final thoughts, and then we'll end the stream.
I think what they did to your cousin is very wrong, and I see a repeated pattern of the same thing throughout jails all throughout the nation since they have made a lot of these jails private owned companies.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Exile. The privatized prisons are a joke in this country, and that's my final thought as well, K. Dot. I just think there's so much egregiousness that's going on with the prison system here. Prison reform should be high on our list, right behind police reform. So that's my final thought.
Okay, Too Tall, what's your final thought, sir? You're muted.
You're muted, Rob.
You're
You
muted.
gotta unmute yourself, buddy.
There you go. There. Okay.
Yeah, anybody, if you got any stray fruitcakes, apparently they're illegal or something. I can't find any here in Kansas, and I'm in terrible need of a fruitcake. I want to do this eggnog fruitcake Slurpee challenge. And so, if anybody got a link or a dink and stuff, or got a fruitcake from this year or last year that they want to give up for the cause, I'm the guy.
I live close enough to you, Rob. I'll keep an eye out for you, buddy.
I would like to give every special thank to everybody on the panel. Appreciate you guys. Even more of a special thanks to my co-host for running it, helping me run this show, Mexican Longhair. Hopefully, we'll do more co-hosting together. I appreciate you guys, and I want you guys to everybody to have a good night. It's your boy DJ K. Dot. And I'm out. One.
K. Dot, if you could you keep me backstage so I could talk with MLH privately?
I'd rather not. If you want to email me, Exiled, feel free. But I gotta
Well,
go.
well-
I got other stuff to do.
It was just a quick question, and I didn't want to put it on Front Street.
Well, you got my email, Exiled, MexicanLonghair@gmail.com.
Well, just please reply when I email you then.
I will reply.
Thank
doubt.
you. Thanks
Yeah.
for your
I
time, buddy.
appreciate y'all gentlemen for being on the show, and hopefully we can work.
That's what I'm working on. I don't want drama with MLH. I actually like MLH. I promoted him over the time that he's been here.
No,
And
he's
I'm
a
not
great-
trying to start no drama with him.
No, I
I
know.
just had a
And
question
I
that keeps
personally
coming
know.
to my ear.
Yeah, and I
But
know.
why bring that up? Why bring that up on a panel that was totally about Caesar? Is my question, Exile.
I was afraid that you might leave
Hey,
before I got to
guys,
ask you about it.
I'm
Hey,
not
guys.
afraid of nobody, Exile.
Hey,
So
No. I just know you're a busy man.
Hold on, hey, guys. Let's go ahead and do that idea as far as you guys emailing each other. Let's not do that on the show. Okay.
I agree.
And
Agreed.
go from there, but I have to end the stream. So
All right, later, K.
guys,
Dot.
love you too, man. Appreciate y'all, and y'all have a good night.
Take care, everybody. Thanks, Keeper. Appreciate you in chat there.
All right,
Later.
appreciate
Later, MLH.